Recording.
Recording. I need to make sure that loud is recording as well. Alright. Jeff Lewis interview, take one.
I like that. Yes, you could say I was employed as a police officer, but yeah, I started out as a musician, and I knew right out of high school that that's what I wanted to do. I mean, I don't know, it's more of instead of one small thing to talk about, it's like all these things together that make me feel good about a music career, you know? I've opened shows, I've played in front of tens of thousands of people. I mean, you know, I never had a hit record, I never had any fame and fortune like, you know, I thought I would, but in the end, you know, being my age now and being a little more mature, it's really never been about that anyway. It's been about the music. It's like music brings you joy. It's like going out and sitting down in the woods and hunting and hearing the woods wake up in the morning. It's just one of those things that bring you joy. It doesn't have to pay off financially or with fame or any of that other stuff. I mean, I just dig it. And becoming a cop is just something that happened. Found out you know, we were expecting a child and the band was going to be out of town. And I just said, I can't do that. I got to be here. Didn't put a whole lot of thought in it. But it was something that really helped keep me grounded and certainly helped me raise my family. So, you know, I was fortunate, man. I got involved with kids early in my career. And it was definitely the highs. There was no doubt about it. And in the same breath, it could be the lows too. I've lost kids to car crashes. I've lost kids to suicide. I've lost kids to overdose. I mean, yeah, man, it just keeps taking a little piece of each time. I had worked 2 fatality crashes in Avon. The last one being a kid that went through school. And I remember walking up on the car and they had the sheet over the top of him and everything. And I was, as an investigator for crashes, you know, there's evidence from everything that's there. You know, it might be a head wound or something that tells you a little piece of it. So I pulled the sheet back and there he was. I came home and it was like 2 or 3 days later, I just broke down right here in this room. And I told my wife, I said, man, I can't do this much longer. But the highs, man, I mean, you guys being here, you know, I mean, I have kids reaching out to me on social media. I've followed along, watching them raise kids. I mean, it's a legacy that I never counted on, but it certainly is a sweet one. The social media thing changed everything. I still made memories with kids, and I'd have kids calling, you know, talking to me when they'd see me and saying, hey, you remember that time? And there's just too many to even try to remember them all, but that was what made it so cool. Every day was something. It was, you know, I'm interacting with some kid. Forget about the badge. It's just me. I'm sitting here talking to you. We're friends. Let me help you through this.
Not only was Officer Lewis a mentor to a wide variety of students, he was also a pillar of the Avon community as a whole.
At that young of an age, he was a pretty good role model for a lot of us, I feel, and a good guiding force that I feel a lot of us needed.
So Officer Lewis was just one of those guys that whenever you saw in the hallways, whenever you saw he was coming into your class, it just made your entire day. It just made you just a more positive person. That's what I've really gotten from him, even though I haven't had him since, I want to say like 6th or 7th grade.
Some police officers use that job, and I think it's across the board. It's not just police officers, that people's work defines them. And I always had the mentality, I mean, even from the day one when I was just looking for more money, right? It was going to finance my life, not, you know, be my life. I mean, one thing that I've taken away from cancer, the one thing that I've taken away from life in general, seeing friends die too young and things, is that we only get one shot at it. And if you waste a second of it, it's gone. You know, there are some things that's left over from the cancer scare that have taken things away from me in life that I took for granted. So there's a long list of things that cancer's left me with that I would say I'm not happy about. But like my voice, I don't sing anywhere close to what I used to. Throat cancer took that away from me. Taste buds, can't taste food like I used to. But overall, no, I understand. A blessing to be here, a blessing to have my family, and sit here with you good folks too. A walnut-sized tumor out of the base of my tongue, right? And I'm sitting there in the hospital, got the staples and everything, getting ready to come home the next day. And I took a bite of some ice and kind of crunched it up and swallowed it down because, you know, they wanted me to keep trying to swallow a little bit. And then all of a sudden I felt something warm in my mouth, and it was a little bit of blood, and then it was a lot of blood, and then it was even more blood, and I was spitting it out as fast as I could to keep from drowning. By the time I'd punched the buttons and everything for the nurses to come in, my entire bed was red. And I would literally sit there and thought, this is how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right here, right now, because that's a lot of blood. An artery where they had cauterized the wound had burst, and I was literally bleeding out. The nurse that came in was a former DARE student. My legacy doesn't have anything to do with the police department. My legacy doesn't really have anything to do with music. It has to do with the 3 kids I raised. And that's, I mean, you know, probably my biggest accomplishment. They're all good kids. They have great work ethics. I've got my oldest boy is a very highly decorated soldier for the Airborne Rangers. Seen a lot of stuff. He's worked at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I mean, it's crazy to watch your kids go off and be successful. And if my legacy is about anything, it's giving them that work ethic that pushes them to go out and do good things.